First, there was One Marvelous Scene. Then, there was One Excellent Scene. Now, it's time we do something a little different. In honor of 2021's James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, I've assembled the worst of the worst. By worst, I mean worst at being bad, because these guys are great, but the worst of the worst YouTubers, and given them all an assignment. Make a video about a bad guy who you find interesting. Maybe you love him, maybe you hate him, maybe you love to hate him, whatever it is, this is One Villainous Scene. So here's the deal. Each of us has written and produced a video essay about a scene with a villain from a movie or TV show or game or book or song or whatever that demonstrates how awesome a certain villain is. Is it because they're so powerful? Is it because of what they tell us about the hero? Is it because they're kinda right? And I have assembled all of those videos into a neat and tidy playlist so you can watch them all. The playlist is in the video description and also will be linked at the end of the video. And as other channels, which could be you, make their own videos, I'll put those in the playlist as well. So join me, won't you, for my video, where we travel way back to the year 2018. For my selection, I want to examine a scene from one of my favorite movies, Speed Avengers Infinity War. There is so much going on in this movie that I think it is easy to overlook some of the clever flourishes the opening scene managed to accomplish. Because man, that opening goes hard. And even though he's been hyped up since way back in that year that the world ended, it is the first time we've actually seen Thanos do anything. So it needed to be big. Thanos needed to give us an idea of three things: why he was dangerous, why he's ultimately going to win or lose, and what he really wants. And even though there are so many memorable moments in this scene, I'm going to focus on a single interaction between Thanos and Loki, and talk about it in the context of three specific decisions. After Thanos has decimated Xandar, killed half the Asgardians including Heimdall, and beaten the Hulk, Thanos picks up the Tesseract in his hands and crushes it. I find this choice bold. Marcus and McFeely could have made Thanos do any number of things to get the stone out of the cosmic cube. You can unlock it, you can just pull it out, but Thanos destroys it and it turns to dust. Then Thanos chokes Loki with one hand. So the first scene in the movie, Thanos destroys the plot device that drove all of Phase 1 and executes the villain who caused the formation of the Avengers, without breaking a sweat. Thanos is raising the stakes significantly. You know how they almost all died fighting Loki? Yeah, you remember how the Red Skull picked up the Tesseract and it transported him into space? Yeah, well, this guy doesn't care. Even the rules set up in Guardians 1 that you need to be an incredibly powerful being to hold an Infinity Stone, Thanos doesn't flinch. Having a villain demonstrate that they are not only powerful, but so powerful that they shatter the hero's entire foundation for how this world works is an excellent way to introduce him. But second, Thanos is not just dangerous because he can beat up the Hulk or crush an Infinity Stone. Thanos has confidence and imagination that he demonstrates when he kills Loki. One thing that always bugged me about Infinity War is that when the movie starts, the Avengers have two Infinity Stones already in their possession. The Time Stone with Doctor Strange and the Mind Stone with Vision. Strange is able to use the time zone to see the futures and guarantee our heroes win, so that's pretty good. But no one on the Avengers has any curiosity about how the Mind Stone might be an effective weapon against Thanos. It's the Mind Stone. Can it be used to control minds? If so, good stone. Or even mind crush guys like Yu-Gi-Oh! The best thing? Also a helpful power. But our characters never try that. The Mind Stone is always viewed as a liability. In contrast, Thanos always uses the stone he just got to collect his next stone. It would be less fun to watch if Thanos only used the Power Stone for the entire movie, and he totally could have. It's one of the most useful stones, and it's purple, like him, so that's good brand management, Thanos. And yet, when Loki is about to stab Thanos, instead of obliterating him with the Power Stone, Thanos catches the blade with the Space Stone that he just got a second ago, and he's trusting his life in it. This goes wrong, boom, cutthroat, game over, thanks Loki. But Thanos wants to choke Loki for revenge, since Loki lost 2 Infinity Stones. I guess, like not to nitpick, not unlike my podcast mostly nitpicking, did Thanos know about the Mind Stone? Because it seems kind of weird that in Avengers 1, Thanos leased an Infinity Stone out to the god mostly known for failing and lying. But anyway, Thanos uses the Space Stone instead of the Power Stone. Choices like that reveal a lot about our characters. Thanos wants our heroes to suffer. So he uses the newest stones he hasn't really tested out yet, to cause suffering. Hey Thanos, want to capture Gamora, beat up everybody else? Easy. Use the Reality Stone, boxes, ribbons, but Thanos goes out of his way to trick Gamora into thinking he's dead, to make her suffer through his death, because he suffered, and he wants to thrust his suffering upon everyone else. Thanos lets Wanda kill Vision before he rewinds time. He could easily use the Reality Stone or the Space Stone to get closer to Vision or drop a moon on Wanda, but Thanos wants Wanda to suffer, so she understands. Thanos is willing to take risks and use stones he just got so that he can force another character to suffer, because that's what Thanos really wants. And then last thing, Loki's line. Thanos is choking Loki to death, and Loki manages to cough up one last insult. You will never be a god. And this really hits Thanos. He tries to pretend it doesn't, but it does. Because for all of Thanos' posturing and self-righteousness, Thanos is just like any other villain. Sure, he wants to save the universe from annihilation, but that isn't what he's doing. Thanos is forcing the universe to suffer alongside him. Around the time Infinity War released, people love to ask, well, why didn't Thanos just double all the resources? And I think that question misses the point. Thanos just wants to be right, and he wants to be praised for it. Back on Titan, Thanos predicted doom, and he was correct in his prediction. And because of that, Thanos believes he deserves respect. He is the ultimate I told you so. In his conversation with Strange, Thanos says that the universe will be grateful. He repeats that line, grateful universe, to the Avengers in Endgame. Thanos does not want to save the universe, he wants credit. Credit for being right all those years ago. And if saving the universe will prove that, that's how he's gonna do it. Thanos is willing to sacrifice everything, so many lives, destroy so many planets, for gratitude. He wants to be praised, worshipped, like a god. And Loki is the only other living character who knows what that's like. Loki tried, more than a couple of times, to be a god, to save Asgard, to rule Earth. And it's all because he really just wanted credit from his father for destroying Jotunheim, wanted credit from the universe for conquering Earth. Thanos and Loki both didn't get the respect they believed they deserve. Loki was passed over for Thor, and Thanos was ignored on Titan. And Loki recognizes this in Thanos. He can see the insecurity. So Loki uses his last breath to tell Thanos that it will never be enough. Erasing half of the universe from existence won't fill the hole that was left when Thanos was ignored. Attention must be paid. One of the most iconic lines in American theater. Linda Lohman, Willie's wife, is at the end of her rope, and she tells her son that his father deserves something. Maybe respect or just recognition, but that lack, that emptiness where there once was purpose, is causing Willie to become increasingly delusional and self-destructive. And even though Thanos has all of this power, both in the form of his physical stature, but also his will, he is still suffering from that time when he felt powerless, when he wanted attention, when Titan died. And maybe if he wasn't ignored, if he was given attention, catastrophe could have been avoided. Now, Thanos seeks out power, so he can save the universe, and it will finally take notice. It won't have a choice but to pay attention. And in that moment, when Thanos is choking Loki, he turns to Thor. To, in what Thanos believes will be Thor's last moments, make Thor feel powerless. Force him to watch his brother struggle and die, powerless, like Thanos felt, because nothing could be worse. And that's the gambit. All right, 3 things. Number 1, go check out all the other videos in the playlist. Like I said, the playlist is linked at the end of this video, and it's in the video description. And if you make videos, or if you've ever thought about it, this is a great time to start. Make your own video about a villain that you find compelling. Put One Villainous Scene in the title. Send it to me, nandovmovies@gmail.com, or nandovmovies on Twitter, and I'll add it to the playlist. Number 2, I am going to be doing a stream on Thursday, August 5th, where I'll play a game about one of the most dastardly villains in the history of video games, and I'll be talking to some of the creators who made videos as part of this project. And we'll be raising money for a good cause. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm going to do it on this channel, youtube.com/nandovmovies, and my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/nandovmovies. Come on by. And third, when you saw the Speed Racer clip, some of you may have thought, oh, Speed Racer is a great villain, EP Royalty is terrific. I agree. As you know, Speed Racer is one of my favorite movies, and originally I was going to spend a minute or two talking about why I loved EP Royalton, why I think the monologue about the 43 Pre and Carl Potts is so terrific, but the tangent got a little long and it didn't really fit into the video as written. So what I've done instead is I've produced what is essentially a 6-minute long mini video, and I've included that on an extended version of this video, which you can watch on Nebula. For those of you who are not yet aware, Nebula is a subscription streaming platform that I, Nando from Nando V Movies, helped to create. And it was founded by a lot of your favorite creators, and on Nebula we upload all of our videos without the sponsor read. There's some original Nebula content, and all of my videos have a Nebula Plus segment at the end where I talk about some tangent that didn't make it into the original video. And we have partnered with this video's sponsor, CuriosityStream, to create a bundle that gets you a year of CuriosityStream's high-quality documentaries about science and history. And like, if you, like me, love Speed Racer, you want to learn about real speed, there is a documentary series called Speed. On Speed, host Sean Riley talks about how we travel through the land, sea, air, and space. Something interesting I learned from the land episode: Ben's the guy who invented the car, was convinced that it was something that may actually work for long distance driving when his wife took the car to see her mom. So just like Speed Racer, family is integrated into the DNA of cars. So if you want to get access to that bundle that includes CuriosityStream and our subscription streaming service Nebula, a yearly subscription is only $15. That's not $15 a month, that is $15 for the year, which not only helps support us, your favorite creators, also means you don't need to watch sponsor reads, and you get to see Nebula Plus content. Here's a little tease from the Nebula Plus version of this video. And this conversation had featured mostly those. However, when Royalton tells Speed about the Fuji race, the camera shifts, and Royalton materializes a transition that we have only seen before in races. Because Royalton controls the races. It's his world. The link is in the video description. It is curiositystream.com/Nando. Go check it out. As always, ton of people to thank. First of all, I have to thank everyone who made videos as part of the project and everyone who is going to make videos as part of the One Villainous Scene project. I love doing these. I think I'm going to do one more next year, and then that'll be it. Or other people will do them, but this is the third one I've done so far, and it is so cool to work with all these people, see all of their videos. It's awesome. Also, I've got to give a huge shout out. Thank you so much to all of my patrons. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much for putting up with the fact that A, you didn't get to see this video early because it was a secret, and then B, that I had to move the live stream to Friday, August 6th. I think it's the date, August 6th? Yeah, August 6th, which is the July live stream that, just because I've been so busy with this, I haven't been able to do. I usually do them at the end of the month. This whiteboard live stream we're going to be doing, we're going to be talking about how to modernize some of the X-Men, or at least like what do you do with origins that are tied to specific moments in history. So that'll be really interesting. If you want to watch that live stream, if you want to join the book club, see your name up here, you want to do any of those things, throw in a buck or two, patreon.com/NandoVMovies. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. Also, definitely listen to the podcast, Mostly Nitpicking. If you want to hear my opinions on Suicide Squad or Jungle Cruise or all the other movies that come out, every week, me and my friends DJ and Diggins pick apart a piece of pop culture by looking exclusively at the details. You can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcasts. We are at Nitpicking Pod on Twitter. Finally, follow me on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I am Nando V Movies on all of those platforms. That's all I've got. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.